My name is Sarah Rae. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. Today I want to tell you guys how I handle my PTSD triggers, flashbacks, nightmares, what I do to calm myself. I hope this helps. Let's jump straight into it. You know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications of when I upload, and let's get into today's video. Before we begin, I think we should talk about what PTSD is, because I think understanding what PTSD is will help understand why I do what I do to help calm my triggers and flashbacks and stuff. In case one of you is watching this and you don't know what PTSD is and you're watching this to help figure out ways to help someone you care about who's having PTSD triggers and attacks, and you just want to give them ideas to help calm them. So giving you a little bit of background on PTSD may help you understand what they're going through. So I just like to make sure I cover all my bases before really getting into the main part of this video. So PTSD, it is an anxiety disorder which occurs in people who have witnessed or experienced traumatic events. For me, my PTSD is caused by SA. So when you think of traumatic events, think of things like war, combat, life-threatening events, and abuse, assault, things of that nature. When it comes to my PTSD, I was SA'd. If you don't know what that means, it's on screen now. I don't like to really go in depth on what happened, so I just say this. It is a traumatic horror story that took place over 3 months that still haunts me to this day. PTSD is something that the only way you can treat it and help get through it is with therapy. There is not a medication out there that they can give you that'll just magically make it go away, cure it, or anything. They can give you stuff to help with the symptoms, like flashbacks or nightmares. I'm on a medication for my nightmares, so I don't have them as often as I usually do. But that's all they really can do. Other than that, they will tell you the best way to help get through the PTSD is by therapy. Getting through it, getting past it, understanding it, and coming to terms with what happened is the best way to make it through it and survive it. And it's so difficult because PTSD is something that, when I say haunts you, I mean it is this thing that walks next to you 24/7, constantly poking at you, reminding you, hey, I'm still here. It never goes away. So let's talk about these symptoms. I'm going to make a video in the near future going more in depth on PTSD, but I did just make a video on flashbacks, which I put in a great in-depth detail on what happens in the brain that causes us to have flashbacks. So I will link that video in the description box down below if you want to go check it out. I highly recommend you do. But not everybody is going to have the same symptoms. I want you guys to understand that. Symptoms and triggers are unique to your trauma. What you are going to experience is not the same thing I'm experiencing. My triggers are going to be different from your triggers, same with symptoms. But also, we may share some triggers, some symptoms, but for the most part, they are unique to every person. And that also means what may work for me to calm my symptoms and my triggers and all the craziness that goes along with it may not work for you, and vice versa. But also, what does work for me could work for you. It just, the big thing is trial and error. Trying all the different coping skills grounding skills and seeing what works best for you. I will link in the description box down below a website to all these different types of grounding skills that is meant for anxiety disorders. And the grounding is one of the big coping mechanisms to help with PTSD, actually. So that'll be in the description box down below. Now, symptoms. Personally, for me, I'll tell you mine. I get hypervigilance, which, if you don't know what that is, that means when I go out in public, I'm hyper aware of my surroundings. I don't know how not to be. I'm afraid that person's going to come out of nowhere, or somebody's going to come up and try to hurt me in the way my trauma was. I'm very hyper aware when I'm out in public, which makes it very stressful and hard on the body and makes you not want to leave the house. I isolate a lot of the times because of how stressful the symptoms are on your body. Being guarded is stress on your body. I also have guilt and shame from blaming myself of what happened. I also get nightmares, I get flashbacks. And then there's some other ones that are very specific. I can't share blankets with other people. I can't give men hugs. If I am to give a hug, I will do the one-handed hug, but my body cannot touch them. And one of the biggest ones is that this person drives a specific vehicle. And this is one of my big triggers. If I see that vehicle, I break down. I can't handle it. Those are some of my symptoms and one of my triggers. Another one is I can't drive near certain places. So there's a lot of triggers. Again, they're unique to your trauma. Let's get to the big part of this video, the main thing this video is about, and that is how do I calm myself when it comes to my PTSD. I have quite a few, and I'm happy to share them with you. So, the first one is, and I've shared a few of these with you guys, ABCs. A lot of these are kind of distraction, grounding skills, but they work a lot for me. But the ABCs is a category distraction skill, where you take a certain category and you list it ABC wise. So, for instance, like I say all the time, I typically do rock bands, and it goes like this. So A, AC/DC. What's a rock band that starts with B? Bruce Springsteen, Bon Jovi. And you can list multiple. I typically write it down and just write as many as I can. So C, CCR. D, Def Leppard. E, Eagles. F, Foghat, Foreigner. And you just keep going to Z. This is a great way to distract your mind and then calm your breathing because you are focused on something else. The next one is the pumpkin. Now, I've shown you guys this pumpkin before, but I will show you guys again. So, what you do is you draw the pumpkin, draw the one half and the other half. I'm such a bad artist, but you draw the little insides, the lines, the little thing on top. Now, when you draw up, you breathe in, and when you draw down, you breathe out. So, and you keep your pen moving like that. So, you just, every time you go up, you breathe in, and when your pen goes down, you breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And you keep going until you are calm. Which, I have so many pumpkins around my room, it is one of my favorites. And then there's a lot of breathing exercises you can do, just sitting there and meditating. Just one of the big ones is the 4 squared technique, which you breathe in for 4, you breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, breathe out 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, and you keep doing that little square 4s. That is a really good breathing technique to calm your breathing down. The next one is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exercise. So the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique, you name 5 things you can see around you, focus on 4 things you can feel, name 3 things you can hear, notice 2 things you can smell, and focus on 1 thing you can taste. So that is a great one to do because, again, you're distracting yourself and you are focusing on something else, and it is quite calming. The next one is an object, always having something personal on you that you can hold, and this kind of is to bring you back to the present moment, and that is the goal of all of these coping skills, is to bring you to the present moment. That is mindfulness, is to bring you to the present moment. When you have PTSD, I said this in my flashback video, but it feels like the past is pulling you one way and the present's pulling you in the other way. Having something you can hold on to and focus on and feel brings you to the present moment and reminds you you are here. You are not back where your trauma happened. That is in the past. You are no longer there. And that is what my necklace helps me do. So you'll see me a lot if I'm talking about something that makes me anxious. I will rub my necklace and it helps calm me down. The next one is the anchoring phrases. So the anchoring phrase, I'm going to read exactly to you. So it'll be like this. I'm blank years old. I live in blank, blank, city, state. Today is blank. It is what time? You name the time. And where are you? And are there people around? So, for instance, mine would be, my name is Sarah Rae. I am 29 years old. I live in Central North Carolina. Today is Tuesday, June 28th. It is 1:50 in the afternoon. I'm sitting at my desk recording, and there is no one else in my room. So, you do that whenever you are having any symptoms of PTSD, because it is reminding you where you are. Again, that you are not in the past, you are in the present moment. So I use this a lot when I have one of those vehicles pass by me, or I see one of those vehicles. I'm immediately like, okay, I freak out first and I start panicking. I always pull over, by the way, because typically that happens when I'm driving. And I will use anchoring phrase. I will remind myself, where am I? Who am I? What day is it? So I'm reminding myself that I'm here. I'm not in the past. Could that have been him? Maybe, but I'm alone. He's not here. I'm safe. And that's what that is reminding you. The next one is visualizing your favorite place. This is a great one because it will take you from that anxious state of mind and put you into your favorite place, calming you down because you are visualizing something very happy and calming to you, something joyous, a memory, and that changes the endorphins and the chemicals in your brain. So what I want you guys to do today is to think of your favorite place, memories. Think of your favorite place, visualize it, smell it, see it, touch it, remember everything about it, and keep that and use it the next time you are having an anxiety attack, having a flashback, a nightmare. Use it. See if it helps. The last two is music and your support system. Music always helps me because it is my outlet. And having one person that is there for you, or multiple, but I know I have someone I can go to at any time if my coping skills fail. And that is so incredible feeling that I do have somebody who can remind me the facts, that I'm here, that I'm okay, it's not my fault, that just the facts, because that helps. So again, when I'm driving, I pull over. The big things I use in that instance is my object, anchoring phrase, and calling someone if none of those two work. I also will use music. If I'm at home, I will do categories, I will do the pumpkin, I will do the breathing. If I am out in public with another person, I will do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. I will do the object. I will visualize my favorite place. So I will interchange them depending on what and where, depending on where I am in the circumstances. The best thing you can do is to try different coping skills to see what will work for you, and have this tool belt full of skills that you can pull out at any time. And if this don't work, you have this to try. That is the best way to help with your PTSD. I hope this helps. If you have any tips and tricks that help you, leave them in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear about it. If you have any questions or anything, I'm not a medical personnel or anything, but if you just want to talk, my email is always in the description box down below. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys stay safe and well, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.